Hello friends and welcome to another Pauper League. I am Cooper the Red and this is White Weenie. So it's been a little while since I played a deck like this one, at least in a league. But we've got a new toy with Airlift Chaplain, and this is going to allow our deck to have even more options. So we're going to be able to look at the top three cards. Well, we mill them, put them in the graveyard, and we get to choose one of those cards to put into our hand if it's a creature or a plains. And some of our cards are actually going to be advantageous to be put in the graveyard. For example, Battle Screech and Lunarch Veteran. So we do have a fairly top-heavy curve here with a lot of 3-drops along with the Airlift Chaplain. We're also playing 3 copies of Militia Bugler, which does a very similar thing. We get to look at the top 4 cards and put any creature revealed into our hand because all of our creatures have power 2 or less. And then this puts the rest of the cards onto the bottom of the library in a random order. So unfortunately, it does not synergize quite as well with Battle Screech. Battle Screech is, of course, the Pauper version of Lingering Souls for 4 mana. You get to create 2 1/1 white bird creature tokens, and then you can flash it back by tapping 3 untapped white creatures. Now, since this creates 2 creatures for you, you only actually need 1 more creature on the battlefield to be able to flash back the Battle Screech. And if that other creature is a Lunarch Veteran, then you're going to be gaining a whole bunch of life. That is one of the reasons why I kind of like the idea of this deck in the meta right now, with Kuldotha Red being so prevalent. Having a deck that gains quite a bit of life could actually be a good thing here. Now, we talked a little bit about some of the top end of the curve here. Let's look at Guardian's Pledge for a moment. This is a 3-mana instant. White creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. So this is going to be one of our main ways to actually finish the game. We can attack with a large amount of creatures. The opponent will think, okay, well, this is, whatever, some insignificant amount of damage, don't need to block, and then we play Guardian's Pledge and just win the game. Or, we can use it to make our blocks a lot better than they would be otherwise, or, even to survive a Cannonade or Arms of Adar. We've also got some copies of Inspiring Overseer. This quickly replaced the Dwarf, which was a 3-mana 2/1, gain a life, draw a card, except this one has flying, so actually strictly better. We've also got some Spirited Companions, another way to gain a little bit of life. We've got Kor Skyfisher. This is a really, really strong card in a lot of different decks. In this deck here, not as strong as it could be otherwise, but we do have a few good cards to be bouncing. Actually, pretty much every creature is going to be getting us value when we bounce it, except for the Veteran. And then we've also got Journey to Nowhere. So if, for example, we Journey to Nowhere a token, we can return Journey to Nowhere with a Kor Skyfisher, then replay it and take something relevant. Or, if the creature that we targeted with Journey to Nowhere at first was, like an early threat we had to get rid of early, and then later on they play something like Gurmag Angler, then we can, again, return the Journey to Nowhere with a Kor Skyfisher, and then take out the more important threat. We also have some Thraben Inspectors, a classic now in white Pauper decks. If you're seeing basic planes, you're almost certainly seeing Thraben Inspector in the same deck. And of course, it synergizes with pretty much everything we're doing. Airlift Chaplain, Militia Bugler, Kor Skyfisher. These are going to be, Thraben Inspector is going to be a good hit for pretty much any one of those. We have some pretty interesting lands here. We've got a pair of deserts, which can be pretty good against any kind of X1 that's attacking us, or even just to be able to deal an extra point of damage after we've already dealt damage with our creatures through combat. We might be able to take a creature out with desert. We've also got 4 Kabira Crossroads to gain some life, along with 4 Radiant Fountains. So we've got 8 lands in the deck that are going to be gaining us 2 life, and then we've also got 2 Karoo lands, the Selesnya Sanctuary, which is going to allow us to replay those gain lands. As far as the sideboard goes, we've got a lot of the classics here. We've got 3 copies of Dust to Dust versus Affinity. Affinity's coming back right now with Gixian Infiltrator, so you're going to see a bit more Affinity in the leagues than you might have previously. We've also got 4 copies of Prismatic Strands. Again, this card synergizes really well with Airlift Chaplain, putting it straight into the graveyard, and then we would even have the creature on board to be able to flash it back. We've also got 2 copies of Holy Light. This is mostly going to be versus Kuldotha, just as a way to sweep the board. We've got 3 copies of Celestial Flare. This could be potentially good against Gates to be able to get rid of the Guardian of the Guild Pact. Could also be very useful against the Dimir terror lists. And then finally, we've got some copies of Revoke Existence, which is going to be kind of like a surplus card, along with Dust to Dust that we're going to be bringing in versus Affinity, and it can also be brought in versus Bogles. And, you know, like we can also bring in Celestial Flare versus Bogles, so, and Prismatic Strands, so we got a lot of cards for that matchup, I guess. Alright, let's see what kind of matchups we get. Let's head into the league. Yeah, we'll keep this. A little bit land heavy, but we've got some life gain, some card draw. We'll see how it goes. Opponent is on a heavy mulligan here. Okay, no, I thought this was... thought they mulliganed twice. They only mulliganed once. Oh no, they play basic planes as well. See, we're evenly matched. Okay, okay. I can do something with that. So we can play the Spirited Companion this turn, and then Kor Skyfisher next turn, and then Bugler after that. Find another land. Okay, well that lets us play the Militia Bugler, which is going to be better than playing Kor Skyfisher here. And then we can maybe Kor Skyfisher, return the Bugler, replay it later. Bajuka Bog. Okay, that's bad news. So it looks like they're playing Pestilence, and Pestilence is going to be a really, really good card versus us. Auto yield to these. Yeah, let's grab another Bugler. Perfect. Okay, so they play another Plains here, and here's an Overseer. Gain a life, draw a card, they will. We're just going to attack straight into that, no fear. But I'm going to play this Militia Bugler first. Ooh, Journey to Nowhere. So I could actually Journey that and attack in. Don't have to lose any of our creatures that way. And then we don't give them anything for Omen of the Dead. I think this is one of the better cards. I mean, like, hitting Kor Skyfisher is probably the best card to hit, so maybe we do delay. Like, Inspiring Overseer is not a very good blocker. So we'll play this first to get the life guarantee from Lunarch Veteran, and then we'll attack all, play Crossroads. Oh, tough choice. We can get Inspiring Overseer, or we can get a Chaplain. Let's take a Chaplain. Okay, no blocks. They go to 14. Another plains. I don't have a lot of black mana here. Oh, what is this? Oh my god. This thing is kind of amazing with Ephemerate. What's his natural power and toughness? 5/4. Oh, there's the Battle Screech I wanted to flip with a Chaplain. So I could play Chaplain, reveal Plains, play Journey. I'm just really kind of worried about this turning into a 5/4 here. More flyers would be nice with the Battle Screech. So we could just like play Battle Screech and immediately flash it back. I would have to hold... I guess the Militia Buglers have Vigilance, so they should be able to tap for Battle Screech here. Let's see what happens after combat. Might want to journey that War Plow if they ephemerate it. Having a 6/5 on their side is... or sorry, a 5/4. 5/4 on their side seems pretty good. Yeah, that's what I thought. And that's why I didn't want to journey it, because then it would just be... I would just lose the journey, basically. Hey, Handsome! Morning, Handsome! Thanks for hanging out! I appreciate you. Thanks so much for the support. 25 months! That is amazing. Thanks, friend. Oh, no kidding. Is Jonah here too? Looks like Chuck is also here, hanging out. That's awesome. A whole bunch of people coming back. That's great. Future Creeper, okay. Saying hi to the YouTubes. Very nice. Hello. Yeah, unfortunately, Handsome MTG bot is on the fritz. Okay, here's a Kor Skyfisher. They can return Overseer or a land here. Return a Plains, replay it. Now they have 3 mana again. And another Overseer. Oh, the creatures are pretty good here. Oh, we find a desert. Oh, thanks, Handsome. Appreciated. Got a couple choices here. Nothing really too great to return with Kor Skyfisher. But playing the Battle Screech is pretty attractive. And I would have the mana to play Kor Skyfisher after the Battle Screech. So maybe like I return Militia Bugler or something, depending on how combat goes. If I attack all, I'm going to lose something to the Kor Skyfisher, but I mean, we got to continue to pressure them. And Battle Screech is a pretty good way to pressure them. I am kind of worried about them having suffocating fumes. I mean, they've got the black mana for it. Suffocating Fumes is really good in the format right now. Just quickly checking the wording on Desert. It's not going to help us here, but it does mean that I should put an end of combat stop right there. Okay, so we're going to be making some trades. I'm fine with this. Oh, opponent thinking twice about their blocks here. Oh man, imagine if we had the what was that card called? Guardian's Pledge. Imagine we had Guardian's Pledge right here. That would be lethal. Okay, here's a Spirited Companion. Tapping down to 2 mana. So they need another untapped land here to Suffocating Fumes, which they do not have. So Suffocating Fumes is a no-go here. Is this maybe Shrivel? No? Okay. No attacks. Alright, they're tapped out. Back to us. We get an Airlift Chaplain. Or, sorry, a Spirited Companion. Let's play the Spirited Companion, see what we draw. Another Chaplain. Alright, I think I'm going to attack all, then we'll play Chaplain. Alright, we lose a bunch of stuff here, that's fine. We could replay the Veteran. I think I just want to play the Chaplain here. We'll hold up Desert. Do we hold up Desert? No, let's just hold up 1 mana, in case we draw like a Thraben Inspector. Okay, let's get another Militia Bugler. And yeah, that's all we can do for now. We don't have enough mana to bring the Veteran back as a Phantom. Cost 2. Ferris Bugler. Here's an Edict asking me to make a sacrifice. I think I just sacrificed the Veteran here since I can get it back. That is, of course, the big advantage of this deck, is that we're looking to continuously be getting value with our creatures. Bugler, Chaplain, Veteran, you know, everything is replacing itself or casting twice. Alright, well they do have the mana to be able to Suffocating Fumes here. Find a Radiant Fountain. And they are going to Bajuka Bog these veterans away, so we should find the time to play them here. I am going to start with the Bugler, though. I just want to see what we're going to be grabbing. That would have been a good time for the Chaplain, because we would have milled a Battle Screech, and that would have been cool. Alright, I think I'm going to attack first before I play these. If I play these first, then I potentially lose them as well to a Suffocating Fumes. So let's just go to combat, attack with everything, and then play those Phantoms. They make some blocks. Here's a cast down. And they take 1 down to 4. And yeah, I'm just going to replay my veterans here. So we do, like, miss out on some potential life gain here, but I figured, like, I'm at 43 life. Gaining more life isn't really going to be getting us anywhere, whereas losing all of our creatures to a Suffocating Fumes would have been absolutely backbreaking. Alright, so we're up against a really cool Orzhov deck that is looking to blink their creatures. I don't think a lot of our cards here out of the sideboard are going to do us very much good. I mean, like, we could bring in Celestial Flare, which would be okay. I don't know that it would be any better than Journey to Nowhere, though, because, like, Journey to Nowhere, we get to do our shenanigans with Kor Skyfisher. I'm thinking I might just have to put the deck back just the way it is, resubmit, same 60. Thanks for the heads up, handsome. I totally forgot what day it was. Yeah, Destroy Evils would have definitely been a pretty good option. Definitely like that card. Could potentially put it, replace Celestial Flare with that, actually. This hand is a little bit slow. Not a huge fan of this one, to be honest. It just seems really awkward, especially with a Radiant Fountain not really being able to cast anything. I don't know if it would even be a good 5. Keep the 2 lands, Thraben Inspector, Veteran, Bugler. The thing is, we are on the draw, so our hand could get quite a bit better. I'm also really low on clock compared to the opponent. Better. Not by much, but better. Okay, there we go. Now we're talking. They cast down my critter. Sure. I think I might actually just recast the Veteran here so it doesn't get got by a Bajuka Bog next turn. And one of the fun things we can actually do with this, we could potentially Kor Skyfisher this and then recast it as a Veteran. Generally, though, I prefer to get other critters with that combo. Usually a little bit better to return just about anything else, to be honest. Come in with a flyer for a damage. And then we'll play the Spirited Companion. Find a desert. Okay, we've got another land. And desert can be a pretty interesting way to hold back some of their creatures. For example, the Inspiring Overseer. Having 1 toughness, a little bit of a downside when we've got desert, able to just kill it. Okay, here's another Basilica. Well, our attacks aren't too good at the moment. Got another tapped land here, so I'm thinking probably just attack with a Phantom, offer the trade, and then just play our own Overseer and Crossroads. That would be another option, yep. Could bounce the Companion, replay it, draw a card. Yeah, that might be something that the opponent is into, although bouncing Thraben Inspector, playing Plains, looks very good. Yeah, and that is what they're going to do. This is going to be an interesting game, and with me being so far back on clock, that could become a problem. Let's see what the top of the deck provides. We don't get anything to hand, so we get a 2/2, and we get a Battle Screech. Not bad. That's Journey to Nowhere, their best blocker. Battle Screech. And attack for 1. So that's one of the cool things about these cards. Even when you miss, you're still getting something for it. Okay, yeah, there's Suffocating Fumes, so we lose everything except for the Airlift Chaplain. We do gain 4 life, though. And then, yeah, that's one of the really, really big advantages the opponent's deck has. Access to Suffocating Fumes. Ooh, Dawnbringer Cleric gets rid of Journey to Nowhere. This game is probably going to be a loss. And there's Bajuka Bog. Nothing in the graveyard, though, that we really care about. Problem is we don't really have anything. Okay, well, that is something. Let's cast the Chaplain, see what we get. Again, we hit nothing. Brutal. We even lose a pledge, revealing it to the opponent. Not ideal at all. play the desert, make their combat step a little bit more difficult, and return one of these chaplains. Okay, cast down one of my chaplains. And then a sacrifice effect for the Kor Skyfisher would be my guess. Unmake. Cool. Been a little while since I've seen Unmake. Great answer to Guardian of the Guild Pact. Alright, so we've got to stop on the end of combat here. So if they attack with anything with 1 toughness, we can kill it. So yeah, we get to kill the Overseer. We do have to take the damage, though, because Desert works end of combat. Find another Plains, unfortunate. Let's play this Chaplain. We find a Bugler, good hit. And Battle Screech, very not bad. So yeah, let's play this Bugler, hold up Desert. Do I want a Thraben Inspector or an Overseer? I'm gonna grab a Thraben Inspector since it doesn't die to their Sweeper. Since when does white cantrip? This deck is all cantrips. Dunbringer Cleric. Oh, that's going to be able to get rid of Battle Screech here. I mean, there's... I guess there was some... We could have tapped the Desert, held up a Plains, then we could have played the Thraben Inspector and got our 2 1/1s. Yeah, Goliath Paladin, making it very difficult for us. They've got the Kor Skyfisher to block our Chaplain. And we've only got 10 minutes left on the clock. Probably just attack with the Kor Skyfisher, that's it. Oh, actually, no, you don't attack with the Kor Skyfisher, because then I could take the initiative. So yeah, that's the proper play from the opponent. We get another Desert. That's not really what we're looking for. Let's cast a Thraben Inspector and draw a card. And yeah, now that they have Goliath Paladin, definitely wishing I had kept the Flyer. Find another Thraben Inspector. Find another Thraben Inspector. And I guess I'll keep up Desert again. So yeah, they can put a +1/+1 counter on something, maybe the Goliath Paladin. They're putting it on the Thraben Inspector. Gives them some good attacks now. Oh, Custody Squire, get back the Inspiring Overseer, which is the only target. Yeah, it takes a while for the Paladin to come down, but once it does, you kind of feel like you're winning that game, guaranteed. Just because you have so much control. All right, let's make some more flyers and hope that we're going to be able to take the initiative from the opponent with them. They're going up to 3 cards in hand here. So they could potentially find some sort of sweeper, suffocating fumes, the like. They also do have 3 flying blockers, so we have to throw all of our creatures at them. No, okay, they're suffocating fumes, so that's pretty much just GG there. Airlift Chaplain. Okay, I should take off the F6 here. We've got 2 deserts, no flyers, so I could block. Wow, I blocked this. I still don't have enough. All right, yeah, we just take it all. Oh, sorry, MtG bot is not currently working, but the card is up in the right-hand corner at the moment, so hopefully you can see and read that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with MtG bot, but it's just not working. Yeah, so basically, when it enters the battlefield, you mill the top 3 cards, and from those cards, you can take a plains or a creature card with mana value 3 or less, and then put that into your hand. If you don't do that, then you could put a +1/+1 counter on the creature. No lands, easy mulligan. Ugh, this hand is so awkward. But we do have like the Pledge and Screech. We might be able to make something work with this hand. It's just like, we don't even get to play our creature turn 1. It's just so slow. I don't want to mulligan to 5 though. Yeah, very similar to Militia Bugler. So we get to play 8. 8 Buglers. Seems like the opponent might have stepped away from the keyboard for a moment. Gives us a chance to bring our clocks a little bit closer. But still, like, I'm 4 minutes behind. This is ridiculous. I was spending a lot of time considering my plays. Okay. Yeah, we're going to keep this, and we get rid of... what? I think we actually get rid of Bugler here. Or do we get rid of Kor Skyfisher? Like, Skyfisher's not really doing anything in this hand at the moment. Maybe we're just trying to, Veteran, Bugler, Battle Screech, maybe is the plan. And hope they don't suffocating fumes my stuff. Alright, need a land here. Oh, good draw, good draw. So we can actually play Airlift Chaplain here, try and find another plains. On the other hand, playing the Bugler is just better against their sweepers. Okay, there was no plains in the top anyways. What What do we get? Kor Skyfisher's pretty nice. Spirited Companion potentially lets us grab another land. Problem with Companion is it dies to their sweepers. One of the main reasons why I'm thinking about just grabbing Kor Skyfisher here. Could grab Overseer. Kor Skyfisher's pretty good with the creatures we have. Let's grab it. Hey, thanks for the follow, friend. Okay, they're 3 mana up, looking like a removal spell to me. Let's attack. You have Unmake for the Bugler, maybe? I also kind of like Airlift Chaplain, try and find planes, play Thraben Inspector. Could also play Thraben Inspector, Kor Skyfisher, return Thraben Inspector. On the other hand, Thraben Inspector Clue? I mean, it does get hit a lot by that, which is unfortunate. I'm more so like playing this deck because I want to find a home for Chaplain, rather than saying it's a great choice for the meta right now. Would kind of like to find a planes here, so yeah, let's play the Chaplain, see if we find planes. And then I could play Thraben Inspector. Oh shit, I don't find anything. Well, good timing on the Suffocating Fumes then. Alright, let's attack in for 2, play Thraben Inspector, draw a card, hope we hit planes. Could also... We could Thraben Inspector Veteran here. Alright, so they cast down... Oh, wow. They cast down the 1/1. Okay, here's the Paladin. This is turn 5, so we're going to be able to take the initiative. Oh, find Journey to Nowhere. That's interesting. So we could Journey to Nowhere the Paladin, attack in, and then we get a land, we get to play Kor Skyfisher. I'm in the red. Return Thraben Inspector with the Kor Skyfisher. Feel like that's the best thing we can do there. I guess we could return Radiant Fountain. Oh, nice swamp. Kind of expecting them to Dawnbringer Cleric, get rid of Journey to Nowhere here, but we'll see what they got. Oh no, this is another Paladin. And this time they have Ephemerate up. Another Journey to Nowhere, which doesn't match very well against their potential Ephemerate. Let's attack in with Kor Skyfisher. Take the initiative, and then we'll Screech. Yeah, I'm aware. I have been playing quite slowly. Kind of expecting the Ephemerate here, yep. Which is why I did not Journey their Paladin. Now they get to Ephemerate the Goliath Paladin again here, taking themselves to the Archives. One step away from the Throne Room. Oh, and then, yeah, they just go ahead and go to the Throne Room anyway. Oh my god, revealing a Vampire Sovereign? That is quite unexpected. It also has Hexproof, so we're not going to be able to Journey it. Wow, they got a wicked top end to their curve. Goliath Paladin and Vampire Sovereign, and then Suffocating Fumes just gets rid of my creatures. Wow. What are we supposed to even do against this? Well, hope that our next Battle Screech is a little bit better, I guess. Because we can't attack into this. I would love to be able to play this Veteran before the Battle Screech, but we don't have the mana. Just trying to set up for a big Guardian's Pledge here. Opponent has used 2 Suffocating Fumes. Hopefully they don't have another one. Again, we can't attack. Their Vampire just eats our Kor Skyfisher for breakfast. But next turn we will be able to Journey this. Get it off the table, hopefully. Hopefully they don't have another Ephemerate, you know. Yeah, F6 through the opponent's turn. Don't have a lot of clock. 3 minutes, 33 seconds is all we have left. Another nice looking swamp, but different arts. Different arts on all your lands. Oh no. Okay, cast down on my big critter. They are attacking in just with the Goliath. Okay, no, they're attacking with a Vampire Sovereign as well. We are so close to lethal here. Just missing it. I guess with the trap, it is actually lethal. They have 2 cards in hand. Play no flyers, please. Okay. If they don't have suffocating fumes, I think we win. Let's try it. Oh, you... Wow, did not expect that at all. So yeah, they gain 3 life. Now they have a blocker. And my Guardian's Pledge isn't going to be very good at this point. So that deals 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. I think we just do the damage. We hold the Guardian's Pledge. Journey to Nowhere, the Vampire Sovereign, and then play 2 more creatures, and hope we survive long enough to kill him next turn. If they have another Ephemerate in hand, we're toast. My count said that they weren't going to die, because they were at, what, 17, right? So we deal 9 plus 5, 14 damage, put them to 3, and then they kill us on the crackback. Well, that is a flying blocker. That's all good. Thanks for looking out. Okay, Spirited Companion, fine. Really just care about those flyers. And this flyer kind of puts a... Oh no, another flyer! No! I needed this Guardian's Pledge to be amazing. Oh, they got so many blockers now. Might as well attack with a Goliath Paladin, but they don't, so we got an extra card draw here. Gain 2 life. I mean, what else are we doing, right? Just don't have a lot of time to properly consider my actions here. We're just going to attack all Guardian's Pledge and see what happens. It should make our attack actually pretty good. Question is, do we just die on the crackback? We got 1 blocker after this. An opponent has seen Guardian's Pledge. We threw it in the graveyard one time with an Airlift Chaplain. So they are aware of the card. Our opponent hits the red as well. Welcome to the red zone, opponent. Gotta tell you, was not expecting such a long, complicated game here for match 1. Put him to 1. We go up to 10. Oh, that's right. We got 2 blockers. Thank you, Militia Bugler. Seems to be a pretty decent situation here. Intense match. Whichever way this goes, this is so intense. Opponent has 3 cards in hand. Hopefully they don't have another Suffocating Fumes. We've already had to deal with 2. They could play this 3/3 flyer that creates more creatures. Yeah, this is game 3. Normally I have a scoreboard above my head, which makes it very easy to see what's going on, but MtG bot is broken currently, so until that gets fixed, no scorecard, which does make it quite a bit more difficult for editing as well. Really glad they aren't going to the trap room this turn. Like another Paladin or Ephemerate might just kill us, depending on how they attack and how we block. I guess, yeah, they would only deal 4, be able to block here, and then we would go to 1 if they were able to get to the trap. Top deck Gutshot. Oh, damn! Dawnbringer Cleric. Get their choice of the Vampire Sovereign or the Goliath Paladin here. So they choose the Goliath Paladin. This does get them to trap, but I think this only puts me to 1. Oh, the Forge! I forgot the Forge! So no, this does kill. No, it doesn't. Because they're not able to get to the trap room anymore through combat. Okay. They already took the initiative, so they're not able to get to the trap room. Block here. Take 6, go to 4, and then we get combat to kill. Shit. No, they had the Ephemerate for the trap. Good game. Good game. Damn. That was great. I hate losing it, but that was an excellent match of Magic. Not a huge fan of this one. Opponent skips their turn. Quality program. This is something that can happen. Okay, so opponent just decides to concede because they skipped their turn by accident. And like I was saying, this is something that can happen if you hit like the 6 button, or if you yield through this turn at the wrong time. Like if it's right at the end of the turn here, because of like lag or something, I don't totally understand it, you can by mistake skip your turn. So the F6 continues into your turn, and then you just skip it, and it really sucks. Bounce Islands are here to gain more life. Alright, so we have no idea what the opponent is playing. We're going to resubmit the same 60. This hand is not great. So many 3-drops. Hey there, stream team. Okay. So now we know what we're playing against, or we're fairly certain that it's going to be Kuldotha Red. I guess it could still be Affinity. Kuldotha Red has mostly gone off of Chromatic Star at this point. I mean, a pretty good draw. Thraben Inspector off the top there. Pretty ideal. Blood Fountain. So yeah, this is Affinity. Oh, they missed their land drop. We find Battle Screech. So we got a couple of options here. We can Kor Skyfisher the Thraben Inspector, or we can draw a card. I kind of like drawing a card here because we are looking for land. So let's just attack in for 1, and then we'll draw a card on their turn. Chromatic Star from the opponent, and they pass the turn again, because once again they are out of lands to play. We find our land, no problem. And a Veteran. Alright, so let's just attack in for 1, and I think we're going to play the Bugler. Although I guess the Overseer is pretty good as well. Let's play the Overseer and continue looking for lands. What we need more right now are lands, not more creatures. Oh, perfect. We just find a land on top. Beautiful. Oh, I see Stream Team. Just keep the pressure going with the Kor Skyfisher. Seems good. Get a little more pressure on the board early. Okay, that's unfortunate, opponent. Yeah. You hate to see it, but we take those. Opponent misclicks through their first turn, game 1, and then game 2 does not find a second land after 4 turns. So they decide to throw in the towel, and I don't blame them. That's got to be very frustrating. We don't really have anything to do with our lands early here. Like, what are we even supposed to do? Turn to Kor Skyfisher, take back a land drop? It seems terrible. This is better. Yeah, no kidding. Quite the opposite. Match 1 took an hour. Match 2 took 5 minutes, if that. Yeah, that's fair. I was just afraid of, like, we had a land-heavy hand. Just, like, draw a few more lands off the top and we do nothing. Hey, no kidding. Cars plays, at your LGS. That's awesome. Okay, that's something we can hit with a Journey to Nowhere. From the Crypt, hello! How have you been? How's life been treating you, my friend? I'm doing all right. Got a transfer at work. Gonna be moving into a small town. And gonna be working days in the near future, so that's pretty special. Well, not a huge fan of the Squadron Hawk. And another land. Lands for days. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, that's so much good news from the crypt. I'm so happy for you. Hey, Adelar Cubs, got a line on where I'm moving. It's not confirmed yet, so I'll be taking a phone call this afternoon to try and get that all worked out. Yeah, Pauper is my favorite format. I also really love Modern, but I haven't been playing that as much recently since it seems that my viewers also prefer Pauper. I think what I'm really looking for is more stuff to do, so I'm going to cast the Airlift Chaplain here. I need to do this pre-combat so that we get the life gain. I am still going to attack with the Veteran here. Okay, yeah, we'll take the Bugler. Bugler seems quite good here. And they just take the 1. Right, I still have a stop on end of combat because of the desert. We got a Kor Skyfisher. I'm thinking Militia Bugler, Sanctuary, the Radiant Fountain here. Although we could Kor Skyfisher the Chaplain. I just kind of feel like Bugler is just going to be the best use of our mana this turn. Oh wow, we just oh no. Oh, I was thinking I sometimes I get confused between these two cards. I saw two uh, Battle Screech and I was like, "Oh yeah, we can cast those out of the graveyard." No, man, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, I played a lot of Yawgmoth combo. Yawgmoth combo was one of my main things that I did in Modern. That and Burn. Played a lot of Burn. I tell you though, no other deck that I have played on stream has gotten anywhere near as much hate as Burn does. I play Burn, people will be like calling me names. Again, I want to kind of keep that Chaplain for the Kor Skyfisher. Mana's a little bit awkward here though. I can't play Kor Skyfisher and replay anything. So maybe I just play Inspiring Overseer this turn. Yeah, I like that. Overseer, leave up Desert. Gain 2 life while I'm at it. Let's go ahead and auto-yield to some of this stuff as well. Find another Chaplain, very nice. Play the Sanctuary, return the Radiant Fountain. Uh, People hate different things for different reasons. I think a lot of people think that it's a very simple deck for simple people. I would disagree with that. Oh, very cool. Passionate Burn player. Love to hear it. So what are your thoughts on the new hotness, Kuldotha Burn? I mean, it's frustrating to lose to anything. It's frustrating to lose, you know? Nobody wants to lose. All these Squadron Hawks are definitely a pain. Another Bugler. Well, let's gain some more life. Check out the top 3 cards. Find a Kor Skyfisher. Attacking with the veterans doesn't seem very good. Yeah, that's true. Burn generally doesn't go to turns. That's another thing people traditionally hate about Burn players. Burn players can take a lot of time figuring out their early lines. Like, what are you spending so much time for? Figuring out what you're going to do turn 3. It's simple. Oh, no, no. Turn 3 is really complicated and Burn. Loving all this life gain here from the veterans. Bajuka Bog doesn't really hit anything. Ooh, Oblivion Ring. What are you taking with Oblivion Ring? Gonna get rid of my Journey to Nowhere, get your cat back. Ooh, Battle Screech. Let's go. One, two, three, four. We get to hold up Desert. I guess I can just not attack with my veterans here. Yeah, I'll just attack with the 2 chaplains, the Bugler, and then play Battle Screech and gain all that life. So you're going to want to auto-skip until the end of combat step, just in case there's anything we can do with the desert. Okay, Carves becomes the Monarch. End of combat, so no attacks this turn. That's scary. They don't have any black mana up, though. I'm going to draw a card. I was hoping for a Guardian's Pledge. You know what they have? They probably have Prevent All Damage. Prismatic Strands. So yeah, prevent all white damage. And they're going to Lightning Bolt the Bugler, so that I can't Kor Skyfisher it back. But I can still get Chaplain, which is fine. And get Spirited Companion? Sure. F6, and then once again, I'm going to yield until the opponent's end of combat, just in case we have a use for Desert. Use the Basilisk Gate here on the Sacred Cat. And again, they have Prismatic Strands in the graveyard here, so our next combat step is not going to be very impressive. Got a ton of life. Let's just take the damage. And yeah, the Desert's not going to do anything versus a 5/5. Here comes another Squadron Hawk. So they have 1 unknown card in hand, and going up to 2 with the Monarch. Yeah, here's the Prismatic Strands flashback. No one is surprised. All right, let's play Spirited Companion, draw a card, and gain a bunch of life. Find Overseer. I think I'm going to Screech again. Faithless Looting from the opponent. I can just F6 here. They discard Rally the Peasants. That's scary. At least we know about it now. Another Faithless Looting. Probably just looking for that Prismatic Strands. They discard 2 lands. And they're tapping down again, so here's another Faithless, really just looking for that Prismatic Strands to buy themselves 1 more turn. They do not find it. So no Prismatic Strands to worry about. I guess we just attack all. I mean, their ground blockers are pretty good. Maybe we don't attack with any of the ground creatures. Oh, yeah, you're totally right. I should have played and drew. I could have potentially got the +3/+3. Yeah, that's a mistake. Could potentially have just won the game here. Stupid. Watch, we're going to hit it. Okay. Here's another Faithless Looting. Deck looks impressive. Hey, thanks for saying so. And we win! Opponent wasn't able to find Prismatic Strands. The issue is they are now going to have access to like suffocating fumes out of the sideboard, so that's a bit of a problem. I think we bring in Celestial Flare for this matchup, because they can potentially have the Guardian of the Guild Pact, which is very difficult for us to deal with. So yeah, let's bring in Celestial Flare for that. And then I'm wondering, like, how good are the journeys even? I guess the journeys are okay because they can get rid of the cats. Now, I could bring in Revoke Existence for their Journey to Nowheres. Don't really have anything to exile their graveyard with. I mean, I'm expecting their deck to look something like this. Yeah, I think that what I have is fine. I'm just going to bring in the Celestial Flares as a potential answer to their Guardian of the Guild Pact. Yeah, actually, Strands is pretty good too. We would be able to play with Strands ourselves and just have this nonsense game of Magic where we're both constantly preventing all the damage. It would be hilarious. Yeah, that's true. They might not have fumes. Oh, this hand is very slow. Do nothing almost until turn 3 on the draw. Maybe we'll draw some cards. Well, I mean, as far as lands to get, that's a pretty good one. Opponent looks like a slow start as well. Milling Sacred Cat and Prismatic Strands. Ooh, we find Guardian's Pledge. Could be useful. Okay, Thraben Inspector from the opponent. Play a land, crack the clue. All right, take 2 lands off the top, take the Thraben Inspector, pass the turn back. Attack seems pretty poor here. Another Faithless Looting from the opponent. Leaving white mana available for Sacred Cat. Oh, yep, that makes sense. Get that Battle Screech going early. Makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay, we just happen into the the 4th mana. Lucky us. All right, let's just hack in with Airlift Chaplain, then Battle Screech. Going to be really difficult for us to get this this Guardian's Pledge to work properly with them having double Prismatic Strands in the yard. They've got their own Battle Screech as well. We don't have access to sweepers, so going to be very difficult for us to get rid of those birds. We're just going to have to trade with them. Again, like, Guardian's Pledge isn't really going to do anything, because if we pledge, they strands in response. And, like, again, yeah, just cannot Guardian's Pledge here. We would be losing the card and the damage we're dealing here. Wonder if we just die to rally the peasants. I hope not. Okay, here comes a Sacred Cat. And another Basilisk Gate. And Palace Sentinels. So they're going to be holding on to the Monarch for a little while. Yeah, Relic in the board could definitely be an option. I like that. Find an Overseer. Find another Airlift Chaplain. Alright, I think we're going to attack in with all the bird tokens, and then play Kor Skyfisher and Sanctuary. Okay, so yeah, that gets rid of one of the strands. Might actually want to just bounce the Spirited Companion here. Keep all my flyers as potential blockers. Could be really necessary for us to block flying creatures. Alright, they crack the clue. Here's a lightning bolt on our 2/3, and there's no reason for me to be passing back and forth priority like this. Oh, another Battle Screech. Wild. Now they got 3 cards in hand and they have Prismatic Strands ready to go. We can just take this damage, no big deal. They're already the Monarch. We find a Plains. Draw a card. Find a Thraben Inspector. Attack with all my birds. Prismatic Strands flashed back. Alright, so what do we do here? We have potentially 5 mana. So I could play the Chaplain and then the 2 Thraben Inspectors. We hit just nothing, so we get a 2/2. Are there any lands that kill lands in this format? I do not believe so. Pretty sure that we would be seeing them now that Basilisk Gate is a thing. So pretty sure the answer is no. Here's another Squadron Hawk. fills their hand right up to the brim. They've got 7 cards in hand. Really want to see them tap off of white mana. I want to see them have less than 3 mana available here, so we know that there's not another Prismatic Strands coming. Cheers, Griffin. Keeping me hydrated, keeping that brain working. Ooh. Faithless Looting flashed back. Have they already played a land this turn? They have not. They discard Squadron Hawk and Arms of Adar, play a land. So we do have to worry about Prismatic Strands. Or maybe just dying here. Well, that's not going to kill us. Yeah, discarding arms is kind of weird. They just don't have the black mana, so that's probably what that's about. And that attack was kind of weird. Just lose their creature for no reason. But they obviously have to have Prismatic Strands here. That's the reason why they make that attack that way. Find another planes. All right. Let's still attack with our birds. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, let's Kor Skyfisher, return the Airlift Chaplain, replay the Chaplain. Grab the Thraben Inspector. Oh, that is a good point. Okay, like it's going to be difficult for them to have black mana though, right? They need gates to make black mana, so their land would come into play tapped. Thank you very much for bringing that up though. We'll definitely want to hold up Guardian's Pledge from now on. Here's another Faithless Looting. I can have 6 here. Throws away Basilisk Gate and a Squadron Hawk. Here's a Seeker of the Way. Still have that damn Prismatic Strands in the yard. Gotta fight through. And here's the Bajuka Bog to give them the black mana. Let's see here. So they're going to activate the Basilisk Gate on the Sacred Cat and attack with it. I guess we can trade with it, right? Throw an Inspiring Overseer and maybe some Thraben Inspectors under the bus. Yeah, I like that better. Get to keep our flyers this way. Nice. Get the Prismatic Strands out of their graveyard. So this is Strands number 3, exiled. Oh man, again, I have so little time on my clock, and this is game 2, I believe. Yeah, from the crypt, no doubt. Oh, there's the black mana. Just like you said, Arms of Adar. Good thing we got this Guardian's Pledge. F6. It's just not working. There's something wrong with MtG bot. I don't know what. Cracks a clue. They still have 3 mana available. If they have the final Prismatic Strands in hand, that is available to them. If they don't, they probably Basiliskate the Seeker of the Way. Alright, so they're just holding up the mana. No combat even. I figure you might as well attack with Seeker, gain some life. Clue tokens. Let's draw some cards. Find a Kor Skyfisher. This is some weird blocking. I mean, even if they expect another pledge, this block sort of dies. Another Prismatic, which nullifies the entire block, because it also prevents the white damage from their creatures, which should also prevent the life gain from Seeker of the Way. Isn't that what I'm doing? We got it. So, we're at 34, but they potentially could still just have the kill here, I think. Rally the Peasants would do an obscene amount of damage. Yeah, they got Rally. This is going to be a huge swing. And they get to gain the life as well with Seeker of the Way. So let's see. I guess I should have blocked Seeker with a Veteran. Oh, wow. Down to minus 30. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I blocked. I was super dead. And now we've got 7 minutes for the last game. Ouch. I see your sweet... I see your, okay. Not great. Not the worst. See your pump is very strong, opponent. Not a good draw. Would have liked another Plains there so I could play both my Veterans. Set up for Chaplain next turn. Gain 3 life. Oh wow, Citadel Gate on black immediately. Oh, this is brutal. Oh no. Hate for it to end this way. Might as well block. If we don't get any lands off the top, at least we have something to do. Ugh. Hate it. Hey, we found a land. All right. I think I'm just going to go Airlift Chaplain here. Gives us the highest opportunity to hit a land. Looking to hit a Plains with this. We miss on the Plains. We got the Kor Skyfisher, though. Electrickery? For real? You don't see that too often anymore. Usually, someone will play End the Festivities, but yeah, that's bad for us, obviously. And a Guardian of the Guild Pack to go along with their double Basilisk Gate, so I think that we probably don't have to worry about ending on time on this one. I guess we go Kor Skyfisher, Spirited Companion here. Lightning Bolt on the Kor Skyfisher. There's the second Basilisk Gate. Can start ramping up that Guardian, which we cannot block. If they want, they could also pump up the Seeker just to gain a bunch more life, but that doesn't really seem necessary. We're just, we're dead to that Guardian here. We don't have anything that can deal with it. GG. Yeah, this hand looks great. Okay, opponent is on the mulligan. Play a veteran to start, pass back. Are we going to see Kuldotha? No, this is we're playing against Tron. Well, all of our life gain isn't going to help us too much against Tron, so I probably want to go towards Bugler. There's his power plant and Ichor Wellspring. Do they just have natural Tron? Almost certainly. Wow, no hits. Brutal. At least we take 4 lands off the top of our deck. Chromatic Star for red. Faithless Looting. It's become quite a bit easier for the Tron decks to get their mana fixed now that the... Oh wow, discard double Faithless Looting. Here's an Expedition map and no land drop for the turn. Another land off the top. Thank you, deck. I'm thinking I should probably just play the Thraben Inspector, crack the clue. Because again, like life gain doesn't really matter here. Yeah, this is the new list, the new Tron list. All right, let's play the veteran as well. Just get maximum creatures out so we can go wide, try and get some damage through. Because they're about to get Tron online. Yeah, speak of the devil. Journey to Nowhere? 1/2. So we don't have enough mana to Thraben Inspector, crack the clue, and still have Journey. We do, though, for Spirited Companion. So let's see if we can find it with Spirited Companion. Journey to Nowhere? Let's just get some damage in. They're not able to get their Expedition map or Chromatic Star back. And now they're under pressure. There's the Energy Refractor, the new Prophetic Prism. Costs 2 mana to make 1 mana of any color, but you don't have to tap it. So that provides multiple colored sources through a turn, and you can also tap the Energy Refractor later to cast a spell with Improvise or some such thing. I think they combo win. Either that or Golem Foundry to make a huge amount of 3/3s. One or the other, maybe both. Yeah, if you check out, I think on YouTube his name is Calicaz, which is Satan Raken. They do a bunch of like Tron stuff, and they've been one of the people building this list. If you can really call it building the list, because it's basically, like some of the older Tron lists, some of the Egg Tron lists, just with some new cards, Energy Refractor, which allows them to play Faithless Looting. Yeah, sorry, friend. MTG bot is not working, which means we don't have easy access to the cards. But yeah, Ashnod's Altar is one of the cards that you can play in this list for sure. Okay, is this a Weather the Storm? Yeah, absolutely blind. Feel free, 100%. Oh, there's the weather. 7 spells. That is so much life. Back up to 31. Well, boys, back to work. All right. So 1, 1, 2. If I play Thraben Inspector, crack the clue. I cannot cast Pledge, so I might as well just start with Airlift Chaplain here. However much you hate Tron, I'm sure that I hate it more. Let's go for the Bugler. Thraben Inspector, gain some more life. Not that life gain means anything in this matchup, really. And attack. We're at 40, they're at 24. What a world. They still have so many cards in hand as well. Here's a Faithless Looting with Flashback. Discarding a pair of Urza's Mines. And there's the Golem Foundry, so they're going to be able to start, another Golem Foundry. Wow. So yeah, they're going to be able to start making 3/3s pretty soon. What does it cost? 3? 3 charge counters. And Ashnod's Altar. So things get scary starting next turn. Let's draw a card with a clue token. See if we can hit Pledge here. We do not hit Pledge. Okay. Might as well just attack all. Play Militia Bugler then. Kor Skyfisher or another Bugler. Bugle, I guess. Last turn that we can freely attack. After this, the combat is going to cost us because of the golems. Thank you, me too. I also hope I win. I'm going to F6 here. And again, we don't really have very much in the sideboard for this matchup. I guess we've got Dust to Dust. We can like Dust to Dust their Energy Refractors and their Golem Foundries. Oh, I didn't know that that was a command for Stream Decker Bot. Sweet. Yeah, blind. That's fair. We can let them combo out. They decided to bring this deck to the table, so we'll let them play it out. I mean, the way these matches have been going, we've been, like, going into the red pretty much all the time. So maybe it's the opponent's turn to go into the red. Mycelium Bug. Unfortunately, most people cannot share lists on the channel just because I don't want, like, random bots to be posting links. But if you like, you can send me the list in a whisper, and I can take a look at it and share it with chat. You can also share the list with anybody with a VIP icon. Anyone with a VIP badge is allowed to post links. All right, so they now have a ton of 3/3s to be able to block our creatures with. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can do that. Thraben Inspector or Airlift Chaplain. Because of the card I want, I think Thraben Inspector is actually better. Because I'm specifically looking for the pledge. Oh, that's true too. We want flyers. Oh, I was thinking like, I want the pledge. We have so few flyers compared to normal. Normally, my board is full of them. But unfortunately, it looks like everything's grounded for today's game. I'm gonna go ahead and crack this now in case we hit land. We get Airlift Chaplain instead. Well, opponent only has one card left in hand currently. Up to 2. Chromatic Star for red, allowing them to use Faithless Looting. Oh, no, here's an Energy Refractor first. Why am I passing priority for everything? I should just have 6 here. There's the Faithless Looting flashback. Discards Crystal Grotto and Power Plant. Here's another Energy Refractor. Here's an Expedition map. They discarded a lot of their lands. Another Expedition map. But, you know, like, that's part of the value of the Faithless Looting. They get to discard all those extra lands, find more gas. Which is, of course, the reason why they're doing it in the first place. Is this another Weather the Storm? Damn it. Kor Skyfisher. Skyfisher? Oh, we lost one of our Guardian's Pledge. Let's make that a 2/2. Let's bounce Companion. Just replay it. Draw a card. And gain 3 life. Too bad this life gain isn't relevant. It'd be really cool if it were. Battle Screech, not bad. Alright, let's attack in with our flyer. We'll have a little bit more flying damage next time. But for now, we're just attacking for 1. And for once, we are ahead on clock. Alright, they crack the expedition map to find a crystal grotto. And they're going to sacrifice a golem to cycle, make a golem, make a golem. Here's a Deadly Dispute on their Ichor Wellspring, drawing 3 cards. So they get Deadly Dispute, Ichor Wellspring, and Faithless Looting. Seems good. Here's another Mirror Retriever. So at this point, with Mirror Retriever and Ashnod's Altar, they're able to just loop and create an Unbound Storm count, which just gives them as many golems as they could ever want. And we're going to let them do that, so they can run out their clock a little bit. You know, maybe we can time them out. Tron is good again. Time to bring back Ponza. Sounds like a good plan. Affinity is also still very good, though, so you're going to be, you know, threading that needle. Tron is not good. Tron is bad. Bad Tron. Yeah, we got Dust to Dust. We've also got Revoke Existence. So we've got a lot of ways to hit their artifacts. I did not see this article. Oh man, MtG bot really does a lot for this channel. Unfortunately, my commands just aren't working while MtG bot is out. I mean, Echoing Truth doesn't seem too good when they have Ashnod's Altar out. Hey, thanks, Blind. Oh, yeah. Just looking at this list that Mycelium sent. One of the fortunate things about Magic is that while, you know, the language on the cards might not be a language that I can understand, fortunately the art is the same everywhere, so I can just look at the cards and see exactly what's going on. It's actually pretty similar to a deck that I've played on the channel before. Wow, that's a big weather. Up to 100 life exactly. And they take out a huge chunk of our life as well. This game's kind of ridiculous, but that's Magic. What's the plan? Time them out. I mean, Bauble doesn't, like, give you more cards, right? Because you're putting one card back and then drawing a card. So Bauble doesn't, I don't believe it stops you from milling out. That is lethal damage, so we're going to have to block something if we want another turn. Which we do. We've gotten the opponent to use more than half of their clock here. So if we can win game 2 or force another long game like this one, we might be able to win on time. They have 11 cards left in their library. Going down to 10 here with the Ichor Wellspring. Another Weather the Storm. Goes up to 24, 124. And we have to block something here, so let's see here. Block this. Block this. That should be enough. Should survive here. Think we go down to 2. Yep. Well, did not draw the card we're looking for here. Not that I think we even have enough to be able to deal the requisite damage, but let's Overseer. See if we draw the card that we're looking for. Guardian's Pledge. Like I said, I don't think that we have enough to be able to deal 124 damage here. That's just too much. Battle Screech. Okay, I'm going to skip to my main here. My second main. So that I don't have to worry about them doing this stuff here and removing time from my clock. We'll just let them remove time from their clock, and then once we get to my main phase, I'll be able to recast the spell. Gain a bunch more life, make a ton of blockers. And they have less than 10 minutes left on their clock in game one here versus our 1650. Yeah, we probably could. Let's take out the Lunarch Veterans. Gaining life means almost nothing. And what else are we going to take out? The Journey to Nowheres. I don't think Strands does anything. Oh, that's true. They could be having some sort of a wrath effect. Holy Light is for Kuldotha. We can also bring it in versus elves. Hey, Brickadine. Um, Probably mono blue. Wow, this hand kind of sucks. Wow, this hand is so bad. Ah, brutal. Of course, they immediately get Tron. And an early Golem Foundry. Don't even have the mana right now to dust, even if we drew it. Yeah, Modern Age is gas. Mirror Retriever. They've almost got their infinite set up. Are they just going to kick our ass super early? Oh my god, Makeshift Munitions? That card is good versus us. Okay, so here's Deadly Dispute to draw 3 cards. Probably going to Makeshift Munitions the Veteran here. Yep. They get the star back. Get our creature. I've already played our land drop here, so pass back. And of course, we are a turn behind on land because of the Kor Skyfishers, but we had to play them to get a flying clock onto the board to be able to try and finish the opponent off here. Okay, they're going to kill the Overseer with their makeshift munitions. Here's another Golem Foundry. They're really setting up here. Another Conjurer's Bauble. One more artifact, and they can make 4 3/3s. Okay, it's a Weather the Storm, which brutal, but at least they're not making 4 3/3s. I guess if I want a Battle Screech, I can only attack with 1 Skyfisher. Kind of sucks. Both at 29. Yeah, those Weather the Storms do so much work. Just gain ludicrous amounts of life with their weathers. Oh no, here's a third Golem Foundry. They're going off, and early too. Whereas last game, we had a little bit of time. This game, it feels like we have none. Let's Spirited Companion, see if we can draw the Guardian's Pledge. We do not. They just take the damage here. Screech again. And they kill this Spirited Companion. So we don't get to flashback the Screech. We already played a land this turn. I did, so I can have 6 here. All right, some Faithless Lootings from the opponent, discarding all those extra lands to find some more gas. They do find the Ashnod's Altar, so all they're missing now is another Mirror Retriever. There it is, and they have Infinite. So we are dead here. Maybe we could still draw Guardian's Pledge off the top. I don't think they just have lethal at the moment, so we'll let them, like combo out however much they want, and we'll see if we can draw into a Guardian's Pledge. Oh, right. They do have infinite mana. Right. Well, I don't think they'd be able to kill us that way, though, because they have less than 5 minutes. So I don't think infinite would kill here. I think they have to go use as much time as they can to make as many golems and then attack for the win next turn. Or they could just kill my creatures here and then attack for 12 and hope that they have enough time to kill me with the infinite after that. Really cool deck from the opponent. Uh, Tron really isn't my style, but as far as Tron decks go, this one is pretty cool. Now, killing my creatures doesn't make a lot of sense. Why spend your time killing those? If you're going to spend your time doing damage to anything, I think it should be my face. Yeah, this is the way that they win the game. Attack in, make a whole bunch of golems, and then attack in again. Guardian's Pledge? Lame. Opponent is asking why I'm trying to time them out. I say, why not? I mean, there's really nothing I can do at this point, so yeah, I guess we're just going to scoop. On the play, let's see if we can get another victory here that doesn't involve the opponent just not drawing their lands or not getting their turns. While we've been having quite a bit of fun with the deck, it hasn't been actually winning matches. We also haven't fought against a single Kuldotha deck, which is kind of like what we're built to fight against, is Kuldotha. And this matchup here, we could potentially be fighting against Kark Clan Shaman, which is another painful card for us to come up against. Here's a Frogmite holding our creatures back. I guess we could Journey that, and then Sanctuary. And then we have Battle Screech ready to go next turn. Maybe we should have Battle Screech pre-combat, just for this reason here, because now we can't flash it back. Big old 4/4. And another Battle Screech. Let's go. Caca! Take the 4. Back to us. So they haven't played anything? That's terrifying. Wow, they just take 9. Sweet. Well, that's a lot of flyers. So Krark Clan's not going to be very good here, and they concede. Alright, let's bring in our Affinity cards. Dust to Dust, and Revoke Existence. What do we take out? I mean, this preserves the curve. Single land hand with 3 Guardians Pledge? I don't think so. This hand is fine, though. We'll keep this, get rid of maybe the Journey. Ooh, Revoke Existence for turn 2. Love it. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Take out Buglers because I have fewer hits. Get rid of their bridge. No blocks. Back to us. Alright, I guess I'll crack the clue, see what we find. We find a plains. I could play Thraben Inspector, get a clue, or I could set up for Battle Screech. I think I would rather set up for Battle Screech. Another bridge from the opponent. Kaka. Ooh, no attacks. Find a desert. All right. Let's attack with our birds, and I think we're going to play Bugler and Thraben Inspector this turn, so we're not, like, playing into some sort of a sweeper, losing all of our birds this way. Reckoner's Bargain, the Frogmite, gain 4 life, draw some cards. Opponent's back up to 19 with 6 cards in hand. And for 4 mana, Arms of Adar gets rid of almost all of our stuff. Good thing we didn't play that Battle Screech. We find Dust to Dust while they're tapped out, so let's go ahead and do that. Get rid of their 2 bridges. And we still have enough mana to go Bugler here, so let's Bugle. Find Overseer, Kor Skyfisher. Let's go for Overseer, I think. Although Kor Skyfisher might be better now that we've seen Arms of Adar. They're both flyers, though, so neither one is vulnerable to Krark Clan. And we did just set them back quite a bit with that Dust to Dust. Okay. Going to be able to get a nice attack in here. 1, 2, 3. And we have enough mana for Overseer and Battle Screech. Love it. I guess we can Overseer first. See if we hit Guardian's Pledge, just to see if we want to hold that up instead to protect ourselves from a future Arms of Adar. We get another Battle Screech. Alright, let's attack in and Screech. Okay, they're going to Galv Blast one of our critters. That's fine. Ooh, Makeshift Munitions. Very good card against us, but they require the resources to be able to use it to take out all of our critters, right? They don't really seem to have access to those resources right now. Let's crack our clue, see if we hit you-know-what Guardian's Pledge. We don't. But we can cast all the cards in our hand. They're going to Makeshift Munitions on the Overseer. Still take a bunch of damage. Here's a companion. Let's see what we draw. Get a Kor Skyfisher. So I could Skyfisher and then replay companion here, which is better versus another Arms of Adar. Okay, bye-bye birdie, which is actually a good sign for us. Just means they're not playing anything more impressive, right? Okay, Guardian's Pledge. If we didn't have lethal before, we definitely have it now. And opponent concedes. Okay. Either they did the math and saw that they were dead on board, or yeah, Guardian's Pledge would have got there anyway. We get half of our play points back. Not the most impressive showing, but we did manage to crush one of the best decks in the format, Affinity. All right, so this is the deck that we were playing today, the new White Weenie, and we had some really, really interesting games. Um, didn't win as many of them as I would have liked, but for those interesting matchups, I do think that they were actually quite close and they could have gone either way. So while it is not a positive league, we got a 2-3. I do think that the deck performed pretty well for itself and definitely deserves a second look. Um, I also do think that there's quite a bit of room to be changing things here, to be altering the sideboard, altering the main deck. Definitely would like some copies of Prismatic Strands in the main, especially with the Chaplain being able to throw them into the graveyard. That's pretty great. Um, and that would leave more room in the sideboard to have some way to potentially get rid of graveyards or something like that. Um, yeah, so I mean, I definitely had a lot of fun with it. I think that in the current meta, while it is vulnerable to the sweepers that we have to deal with, I do think that it is going to have a very good matchup versus Kuldotha Red, and we seem to have a at least a winnable matchup versus Affinity. So that's two of the big decks. We did not see Dimir Terror this round, so we don't know how we're going to face off against that. But like definitely have potential. We've got Journey to Nowhere, we've got Celestial Flare. So yeah, there's definitely some play for that matchup as well. So yeah, I enjoyed it, and I would definitely recommend it if any of you have enjoyed White Weenie strategies in the past. This deck here, it is, like a White Weenie deck, but it doesn't fall prey to one of the big, big weaknesses that most White Weenie decks have, and that's running out of gas. Because basically, every card that you're playing in this deck, you're going to get more than one use out of it, right? Like, of course, there's exceptions. Guardian's Pledge is the main one, but Lunarch Veteran, you get to play it twice. Thraben Inspector draws a card. Journey to Nowhere, you can play it twice with Kor Skyfisher. Skyfisher allows you to play cards twice. Spirited Companion, draws an extra card. Same with Chaplain and Militia Bugler and the Inspiring Overseer, all getting you an extra card after you've played it. And Battle Screech being able to flash it back from the graveyard, getting you that extra cast. So yeah, I think that it's got a surprising amount of value, surprising amount of grind, and yeah, maybe with a few more people like yourselves playing the list, we might be able to get a little bit of traction with the deck, and maybe even see it on some of those trophy runs, or maybe even in some challenges. Either way, I had a lot of fun with the deck and would recommend it.